What's good, Internet? My name is attackslug. Welcome back to the road to WrestleMania in SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 on the PS3. I have a 3-on-1 handicap match that is most unfortunate on this fine Wednesday afternoon. And boy, oh boy, are there some things to discuss today. But first and foremost, t-shirts are on sale right now. Link in the description. You know the deal. Attackslug t-shirts. I don't shill enough on this channel for my own merch, so just saying, they're like 14 bucks right now for the next day and a half or so. Just saying, if you want one, I have a couple t-shirts. On to the news of the day on this fine Wednesday. And man, it is weird to be talking about a guy getting fired on a Wednesday. Well, it happened on Tuesday, but usually WWE, when they release talent, when they wish them the best in their future endeavors, it happens on a Friday afternoon. Because on the weekend, the stock market is closed. And WWE is a publicly traded company. They don't want negative news affecting their stock prices. So usually you have your groups of releases happen on a Friday afternoon. So, for one Big Cass to straight up get fired yesterday, to not even be wished well in his future endeavors, just no, he's released, he's done, he's gone, on a Tuesday, is, what did he do? He must have done something real bad. Now, we knew he had heat from doing things that he was told not to do, which was further attacking that Daniel Bryan impersonator on SmackDown about a month ago, during the build-up to that first match at Backlash. He was only supposed to kick the little guy, and it's important to note that they say, oh no, this is a gauntlet match? So it's just 1-on-1-on-1? Okay. I thought it was 3-on-1. That's what it looked like on the whiteboard. Anyway, so that makes things easier. The important thing to know that they've said a number of times in wrestling, with Vince especially, is that it is more important to ask forgiveness than it is to ask permission. So Big Cass asked permission to have that spot done. They told him no, and he did it anyway. And if there's one thing they don't want you doing, it's going off script. But also, according to the dirt sheets and the rumors, also, he'd been apparently drinking on the European tour. He had an attitude. He might have broken a bathroom door because the lock was broken. He was claustrophobic or something, and on like a tour bus or something. Let's just say it was not good things being said about him in the past month or so. But man, apparently Vince called a meeting yesterday and just straight up said, "Yeah, fire," and that was it. He's done. He's gone. And I don't know that Big Cass has that much of an upside for the indies. I'm sure somebody will use him somewhere after his 90 days are up. But keep in mind that it's only 74 days until All In. So no, you won't see Big Cass at All In. Not that I think they would want him, but that is kind of in that 90 days he's going to be still under his terms of his release non-compete clause type business. So there's that. But yes, that was certainly the biggest news that happened about an hour before my video went up yesterday. I'm like, nope, that's not going to happen. These things get filmed at like 9 in the morning, so that was way too late for that to be in that video. But yes, Big Cass, he's done. Enzo, done. Somehow Carmella, out of those three, is SmackDown Women's Champion, is doing the best. I wouldn't have thought of those three that Carmella would have the most success. But there you go. Is what it is. Now, it's kind of a shame they couldn't somehow work out having Big Cass lose on his way out to Kurt Hawkins, because that would have been the ultimate insult, but it is what it is. Anyway, Kofi here, you gonna tap to the walls. Once again, Chris Jericho still your U.S. champion. Let me lock in them walls on Kofi. Tappa, tappa, tappa. Best in the world at what he does. Oh, was going for the immediate code breaker. Was not happening. Mark Henry, world's strongest man, not having it. Not having it, Mark Henry. Yeah, he's reversing every code breaker now. There we go, code breaker. Is that enough to take out the world's strongest man? Probably not. One count. Yep, I didn't think so. And I missed that. Yeah, this is going to be rougher now that we have Mark Henry here trying to put me in the Hall of Pain. He's just too strong. Anyway, before even that big cast thing story broke, there was other news that I had to discuss here on the show today. One of those things being the fact that apparently Ring of Honor is not going to run in Madison Square Garden during WrestleMania weekend on the day before Mania because WWE talked to MSG, they talked to them, and now it's not happening, according to the president of Ring of Honor. So that's unfortunate. Now, I don't think that show would have made them any money, but it would have been significant because nobody outside of WWE has run MSG for that kind of sport since the 1920s. The 20s. So that would have been a huge deal, even if they would have lost money on trying to rent out that building. So, unfortunately, not happening now. AAA is still trying to do a thing, I think, this fall, and that might still happen. I haven't heard anything otherwise, but that Ring of Honor show is not going to happen. Also, my TV just blanked out because it's an old TV, and it has some video issues, so it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, we got some, Sami Zayn is injured, which explains the match with Bobby Lashley at Money in the Bank, and why it was pretty much one-sided for Big Bobby and whatnot. So apparently some kind of a shoulder injury, hopefully not the same shoulder, or I don't know. We'll see. But he is down in Birmingham to get that looked at, and I'm not sure how long he's going to be out from that whole bit of business. Best of luck, Sammy. Get well soon. We have Rey Mysterio, because obviously yesterday was 619. We have Rey Mysterio had some kind of a, it was like Rey Mysterio Day in San Diego or something like that. And he mentioned that he's working on a 3-year contract. He's in negotiations for a 3-year contract with WWE. So, we'll see. We'll see. But, honestly, I want to see more of those New Japan matches first, Ray. Come on now. And Mark Henry taps out to the walls. And now we have Big Dave Batista, who was immediately leaving the ring, does not want a co-breaker. He don't want none. He don't want none of the Ayatollah of rock and roller. And yeah, they're going to do the same thing where he just reverses all of the attempts, neckbreaker, at having a code breaker, and I'm going to lose it. Yep, I lost it. It is what it is. That's okay. Insecurity and whatnot. Anyway, there has been a settlement between Mr. John Cena and the Ford Motor Company on that whole thing where he bought that GT and then sold it in like a month or so when he was supposed to keep it for 2 years. And apparently out-of-court settlements. We don't actually know what happened there. And I guess so, some of that money went to charity or something, but that's the end of that news story from, like, months ago. I always try to follow up on things that happen, and here's what happened in the end, and we don't actually know what happened because it was an out-of-court settlement. Anyway, with all that out of the way, we move on to SmackDown and the fallout from Money in the Bank and the things that happened on SmackDown. Number one, while yes, I am glad to see the return of the big hog, James Ellsworth, and even though he's being put back in the same exact spot that he left in with Carmella, the fact that Carmella essentially cut the exact same kind of promo that Alexa Bliss cut on Raw was disappointing. Like, I know there's the old joke, hey, they did it on Raw, they'll do it again on SmackDown. But man, that was just the same, like, I'm humble, oh wait, no I'm not, haha, type of promo that was on Raw. And 3 in a row. Tap it, tap it, tap it.
Say what you will about Jericho as a person, but you can't take anything away from him tonight.
3 huge wins in one night, Michael. That's given him some huge momentum heading into Elimination Chamber.
Jericho can have the thrill of victory tonight, but it won't compare with the agony of defeat coming for him at Elimination Chamber.
I notice he's not even making eye contact with you, Triple H. Will Elimination Chamber be Chris Jericho's last stand?
Perhaps. Perhaps. And I suppose we're in for at least a month of Asuka beating up James Ellsworth. And that's fine. Like, look, Asuka was in the ring with Minoru Suzuki. She can handle herself against dudes. Don't you worry. Batista, civilian, has been unlocked. Elimination Chamber.
Welcome to WWE Elimination Chamber, live from St. Louis. After months of begging, pleading, and ultimately larceny, Chris Jericho finally gets what he wanted tonight, a shot at Triple H's WWE Championship.
For Jericho, it's put up or shut up time tonight, Cole. This is his last opportunity. If he loses again, he won't be getting another opportunity.
After what he pulled a few weeks ago, Jericho should be grateful that he's even employed. Can Triple H retain his title? Or will we be crowning a new WWE champion tonight?
We shall see. Now, we did answer the question on SmackDown, who will Nakamura face next? And it looks like the U.S. champion, Jeff Hardy, who took issue with what Nakamura did to him last week. And that's cool. That's fine. Considering that Jeff Hardy apparently has some kind of a pinched nerve issue, I think having him lose the belt to Nakamura is a fine thing, but man, that's another U.S. champion who happens to be a foreign heel. They do that a lot, if you haven't noticed. Wait.
I'm glad you're having such a good time seeing as you're just a spectator tonight. What's so funny, anyway?
What isn't funny, Chris? A few weeks ago, you screwed me out of my WWE title shot. Now I get the chance to ruin yours.
What do you mean?
Chris, you really are as stupid as you look. I guess Mr. McMahon hasn't told you yet.
No.
You may have a title match tonight, but so do I.
Oh, right.
Yours.
What?
I'm
Mr.
the
McMahon can't do this.
U.S. champion.
He can, and he just did. I'll see you in the ring, Jericho.
Boo! Double duty. We're here. It's the Big Chin. We also got our in-ring debut of Sanity, who just showed up, beat up the Usos, and left. Notably, no Nikki Cross, which is what we had assumed for a little bit. But man, some people had hoping. They were hoping that Nikki losing at TakeOver means they were just waiting to debut Sanity to be able to have her with Sanity. But no, she was not there, even though she lost at TakeOver. So I guess that continues in some way. Stephanie, where's Vince?
Don't you have someplace you need to be?
Yeah, I got 2 matches to happen here. And that's going to happen like tomorrow, but where is Vince? Anyway, the main part of SmackDown obviously was the Gauntlet match, which I thought was booked pretty smartly. Also, Big E taking a book from Lars, who took a book from Brock, having the Brock Lock. I'm like, that's twice in 1 week we've seen the Brock Lock, which is pretty funny to me, because that has not been seen in years. And all of a sudden you see it twice in a week? Crazy. Rated R Superstar. Can I talk to Edge? Can I think I know him? No? Nothing? For nobody? Okay. I thought the count-out for Joe was kind of nonsense, but, you know, they made it work. I was not that pleased to see it, but I was hoping Joe was going to win. CM Punk.
What are you doing in here, Jericho? You're stinking up the place with failure. Well, look at the mouth on you, parasite. Show some respect. I was at the top of this industry while you were still figuring out what side of the skateboard to ride. Well, what have you done lately? I just won the SmackDown Elimination Chamber. If you want my respect, you go out there and pull out a win. If you can't do that, you're just another has-been in my book.
I mean, I'm currently the U.S. champion, CM Punk. I'm just saying. That's kind of significant, isn't it? I don't know. I thought they did a pretty good job with that early tease of the Bludgeon Brothers not liking Daniel Bryan, which I guess is a funny throwback to when Daniel Bryan was in the Wyatt family years and years ago. That's kind of a little bit of a... They didn't mention it, but that's some nice continuity. That was not intentional continuity. And so it was kind of perfect. Even though I did say I would have preferred to not see Miz and Bryan touch at all until they actually have a feud going into like SummerSlam. The fact that they had it set up where the Bludgies totally just destroy Bryan, and then in comes Miz, hits one move, pins him, and then throws him out, is kind of perfect, because it lets that just stew and simmer a little bit more in terms of those two, and their eventual match is going to be, hopefully, amazing, and hopefully, at SummerSlam. We'll see. Mickie James, I just wanted to... Alright. Randy Orton. How do you feel? Apparently not great, because he's just going to be like, nope, my name is Randy Orton. They lied to you, Randy. Alright. Chamber. Hart Dynasty versus Crime Time versus Henry and MVP Michelle Molina. SmackDown Chamber. And then Jericho, Big Show, Triple H, Swagger, Orton, and Cena. So, wait, what? I thought I was just fighting the Big Show for my US belt, and then fighting Cena. Apparently, I'm just in the chamber. So that's news to me. I thought I had 2 matches. So I was confused as to... I thought the way it sounded on the commentary was that I was fighting Triple H one-on-one. But apparently it's just going to be in the chamber. So I thought Big Show one-on-one for the US belt and then Triple H one-on-one for the world title. But apparently it's just all going to be in... What? I don't know. And obviously, best part of the night is that Rusev Day is your #1 contender for the WWE Championship. And I will certainly have things to say on that in the coming days and weeks. So, thanks for watching. I'm attackslug. More videos every day. I'll see you next time right here on this channel. And I'm out.